Okay, so tonight we are playing some Coriolis, the Third Horizon. It is a sci-fi game. It's kind of pitched as Arabian Nights in space, so it's got kind of a fun kind of mystical fantasy aspect, though it is sci-fi at the same time. And we're based around this large space station called the Coriolis Station, um, which has become kind of the center of commerce and of the kind of the third horizon, as it would be. Um, so that's all these different planets, including trading factions and stuff. Coriolis Space Station orbits the planet Kua, which is again another major seat for politics and stuff in the universe, as it would be. And as we kind of open up here in the first scene, we got Crystal, and she is going to be in Wahib's tavern. It's essentially the bar that most people that have some cash hang out at in Coral's station. It is it's not the most expensive place in the world. It's not the cheapest place. It's kind of a place where you can go to be left alone. And as you're kind of sitting here, you can see the map of it. As you're kind of sitting here in one of these back tables, maybe nursing your drink, figuring out what to do next, give us a little intro / overview of your character, Crystal.
Yeah, sitting at this kind of in the back where she can sort of be in the shadows a little bit and keep a general overview, and her eyes sort of like over the place is is uh is this rather bit tall lady. She has a crew cut for her hair, um, and like the way she wears her clothes are a bit ambiguous. It looks like, like if she ties them tight, uh, she could have a more feminine uh, mystique. But if she kind of loosens a bit, she might get easily passed for like a guy. In her line of work, being able to sort of change your appearance is, sort of a must, as she's actually works does her work as an operative or a spy. um, right now, she has this drink in a glass. It's this weird blue liquid, and she kind of is like it's in front of her, and she's sort of like it's obviously hers or whatever, but she's not really doesn't really seem to be focusing on it too much. She has this lighter in her fingers that she kind of keeps flipping over and over, and seems to just sort of be lost in thought and concentrating on something another. Um, and that is Hamda, for now. Uh,
Excellent. So Hamda's been seeking work as of late, not having much luck. Their reputation's kind of taken a plunge lately because of a failed mission. Nobody's exactly sure what happened on that mission, but your partner that you went in with never came back, and there's been a bit of a tarnish on your reputation since then. And maybe that's what you're thinking as you're sitting there, wondering, if you're going to be able to pay your rent this month, as time's ticking and jobs aren't very plentiful. When you kind of you look down and you notice there's a small boy standing there. He's kind of he doesn't seem like your typical messenger type, so it's a little unusual to see a small boy in the cantina. But he puts onto your table, looks like a kind of a torn brown piece of paper, almost like the type of kind of paper they used to wrap up foods and things in the bazaars. and he's kind of looking at you with his hand out, looking for some kind of a tip as he just dropped off this message.
She kind of gives him a look over, and like, how much would be like reasonable for this kind of thing?
I mean, a couple of beer would probably be like 1 or 2 for a small child to do.
Yeah, okay. So she'll go ahead and she'll pull out 2 beer then. And she kind of just like places it like not directly in his hands, but just like kind of just places it on the table and then lifts her hand. Like, she knows better uh than to like hand anyone anything directly,
Mm-hmm.
And she just kind of like places it there so that he can take it.
Yeah, as soon as your hand gets far enough away that he feels safe enough to, he reaches up with incredible speed and snags it, and then kind of a big smile on his face, and makes his way through the crowd out of the cantina. You look down, you see this piece of paper, and you can immediately smell now kind of the warm smell of paprika.
She takes that lighter that she's been kind of fooling around with, just sort of flipping it in her fingers, and she places it in a pocket on her jacket or whatever, probably like on the inside, and she slowly reaches out and just kind of unfolds this paper a little bit.
So you can see actually, as you unfold it, that there's stains on it, red stains, and again you have the waft of the smell of paprika, and there's just a very simple handwritten note that says, "Meet me in the plaza in 1 hour."
Okay. It smells of paprika, but there's like no actual food or anything in it.
I mean, if you examine it, you can see this kind of remains of it. Like it looks like there was probably paprika in this package, and then they probably dumped it out to use it as a note. So it's not like a typical piece of paper. It's kind of a piece of paper from a package. And as you're kind of looking at it, you can see that, like, you kind of flip it over and you're examining it. You can see there's kind of like a half-torn sticker, because when you buy the spices, they put them on these little pieces of brown paper and they fold them over and they stick it with closed with a sticker. With the name of the dealer, and you see that it says Hamadani's Spices.
Hamadani Spices. All right. Okay, so she's gonna take that lighter out then. Mm-hmm. She's gonna go ahead and burn this package.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely.
And just sort of as it burns, I'm sure there's like a ashtray or something on the table. She'll just kind of throw it in there, and she'll grab her drink and just sort of drink down the rest of it, put the glass down, and she gets up and she wants to go scout the area first, where she's been told she needs to meet this contact.
Okay. I mean, there's several plazas on Coriolis Station, but clearly you can put together that they probably mean the Spice Plaza. So you head over in that direction. It doesn't take that long to get there. You can walk around the exterior of the station, and you can get there in like maybe 15 minutes walking if you take your time. It doesn't take very long. You could get faster if you ran, but I think if you're scouting, you're probably taking your time, I'm guessing.
Yeah, for sure. And she's gonna I imagine her outfit has it's kind of like a cloak with like a hood. So she's gonna like pull her hood up and sort of like loosen her gear a little bit so that she just kind of blends in. And she's gonna go towards that building, Hamada Spices. She doesn't want to go directly there, of course. Like, she's going to just, like, if she can, depending on where it is, like, she would like to be like on, say, like the opposite side of it, like on the opposite side of the plaza, but where she could actually like look down at it. But depending on what she wants to look like she's trying to like shop or something. She wants to kind of blend in with the crowd.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this Spice Plaza is I mean, you would know this because you live on the station. It's a huge bazaar, just filled with people buying and trading. And as you start to approach, you can smell the smell of the fresh fruit that they get from the planet side, and they bring it up, and all the various vendors selling hot snacks that you can buy, right there, and then as well as things like spices and oils and, like I say, fruits and vegetables from the planet side, that you could buy up. And it's basically this huge open area. You're in this space station, but it's almost like you're outside because the it's so tall, the space in here, and the artificial light and everything. And there's just basically tents. I mean, it'd be almost like you're out on the surface level. There's tents everywhere with the various different vendors, so you can easily kind of blend into the crowd and kind of work your way around, to find, if you're looking for this vendor.
Yeah, but she's not gonna approach it for now. She wants to keep an eye out and see if she sees any, suspicious looking characters or anyone that's looking nervous or like anyone that looks like they're looking for someone.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, as you kind of scout out the general area of it, you do see that there's kind of like a stand with a handful of seats that they're selling, like tea, and people are sitting around if you want to like sit there and watch, or you can just walk past it or stand there. I mean, probably if you're just standing in the middle of the plaza, you might be obvious, but if you make a couple circles past it, you don't see anybody that really lingers. You're basically you see people come up, they ask for the spices, the people working there, they kind of go back. They've got them in big kind of sacks in the back, and they scoop it out and measure it onto various scales. And then again, they fold it in that brown paper that you saw. They put their sticker on it, and they trade it. Most people are doing, even though you have a few beer that you hand out like for tips, messengers and stuff, most of the stuff is electronically done. So they've got a little scanner, and people, they scan out their purchase and they walk away.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll kind of wait around that area, looking around, till it gets time, really. I mean, that's where she was told to make the contact. She just wants to get there, kind of early, scout out the area a little bit, see if anything looks too suspicious, and she might need to pass on the job.
Yeah, perfect. You can go ahead and roll observation, which is wits.
Okay.
So
Let's see. My observation. I don't have observation. Wow, I'm a spy with no observation.
well,
Makes perfect sense.
But you can use your wits though, which is
4.
Yeah. So you're gonna roll 4d6, and any 6s are successes.
1 6.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you notice actually the child, the boy that they gave you the stuff. You actually see him at some point kind of hanging around there. He doesn't seem to be working for this particular spice dealer. He's just kind of in the general vicinity, and you see him kind of coming in and out. And then at one point, you actually see him reach into the pocket of some pedestrian and take some cash. Seems to be some kind of a pickpocket or something, but you can see him kind of working, and it's definitely the same kid.
Okay. Halt there, criminal. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Would do that.
Okay. So she doesn't see the kid approach any particular person or anything?
No.
I mean, just that one person that he picked.
Yeah, basically, you see this kid and you spend about 10 minutes or so like watching him to see if he's going to meet anybody. But what you end up seeing him do is kind of pick some of the pocket and then kind of make his way off into the crowd.
Okay. She kind of like touches her beer purse to make sure it's still there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, nobody's robbed you yet.
Great.
But yeah, as the time kind of, let's say it's an hour goes by, you don't really see anything super unusual. I mean, it looks to you like what you would normally see. A handful of people that you see repeatedly seem to either be messengers or people that are going from stall to stall. They do seem to be making like purchases.
Okay. Cool. All right. After a while, she'll like go ahead and take down her hood. Like, she may even be just a few minutes late. It's pretty common for spies from what I know of burn notice, to be a little late. So she probably arrives fashionably late, 10, 15 minutes late,
Okay.
and has her hood down at this point, and like she ties her robes up just a little bit, but like not too much. Like if she tightens them a lot, like I said, she gets that feminine form. But right now, it's just kind of like a little, her average kind of look is what she's going for. And yeah, she'll approach someone and say, uh, she'll approach one of the bar, the keep tenders or whatever, and says, "Hey, I have a friend who sent me down to grab some paprika."
Okay. So how many grams?
Uh, Two.
Okay. He looks at you like you're cheap. He turns around to get it. And as he's getting it, you hear a female voice next to you, and she says, "The paprika here is very fine. I'm glad you could meet."
Yeah, that's what I heard. And she doesn't like actually turn to say the voice or anything. Like she understands to just kind of face forward, their casual friends talking or whatever.
Mhm. And she says, let's get some tea." And then she kind of just like turns around and walks across to that other place. You hear her walk away. Maybe you see her out of the corner of your eye. And she sits down at a table.
Okay. Yeah, she lets the lady sit down, and then she will. Uh, how much for the paprika?
5 beer.
All right. She'll go ahead and pay it and put away
It's a
that.
little, it's a little it's a little pricey, but it is. You probably heard the reputation. This is some of the best paprika in the all of Coriolis.
Okay. I'm gonna write down on my gear here. I'm gonna go ahead and put down lighter. I don't know if I'll ever actually use it,
Huh.
but I said I had it, so if it's okay with you, I'm just gonna write down that I have it.
Yeah, you can definitely have a lighter.
And then 2G of paprika. I don't know if that's how you spell it. But that's how I'm gonna spell it for now. Oh, there it is. Paprika. That was really close. All right, so yeah, and then so she will fold that paprika into her pocket or whatever, and yeah, she'll walk over and is like the table that the lady is sitting at. Like, I mean, is there an obvious place for her to join?
Yeah, there's actually 3 chairs at this table. She's sitting at one, and then she put down like a small bag on the other one, and then there's a third empty seat.
Okay. So I'll walk over and take my seat at the empty bag then. Seems like that's where she'd want me to be. Right?
Yeah, well, she's sitting there and she put her bag next to her, and then next to that there's a seat, so you can certainly sit down.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Yeah. So yeah, I'll go up and I'll take the third seat then.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't know if the bag's empty or not, but there's a bag sitting on the seat. Like she put her purse there. So
Okay.
she says, "Hamda, I am Fatima, and I work as a judicator." And she kind of like she puts her hand on the table and it lifts it up, and you see that she kind of shows you her ID, like pretty discreetly. And you would know the adjudicators are kind of like the detectives, like they're kind of like the high end cops on the tutorials. And then she kind of slides it back, and she says, "I believe that you can help me. Um, I need for you to pick up something for me in the docks."
Could you write her name in chat for me?
Yeah.
um, and I'm going to say pick up something. Seems like something that another detective can do, doesn't it?
There are things that, and then she stops talking for a second, and the waiter comes over with 2 drinks. Some tall glasses of tea, and she nods at the waiter and takes hers and starts drinking it. And then as he walks away, she says, "There are certain things that when we're investigating, we want to keep under wraps, as you know, in your business. I think somebody with your talents could be useful to us." And she kind of takes a pencil and she kind of writes on with another torn piece of paper, and she slides it over, and it says 1,000 on it. And she says, "There'll be plenty of beer for you for a very simple operation."
And nods. She will. Let's see. Are there still like cigarettes in the future?
Yeah, I mean, most people here are smoking like hookahs and stuff, but you definitely could smoke a cigarette. Usually you roll it yourself, but you certainly could have some pre-rolled.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna say sure for that. So yeah, she'll take out that lighter, and she begins to burn the paper again, and then she like pulls out a cigarette and begins to use the paper that she's burning to light her cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
And then she kind of tosses the paper off to the side and says, like, so where am I going and what am I picking up?
She says, she kind of like looks, she taps the bag that's on the seat. She says, your information will be here, Yara. And then she kind of stands up and she left the bag on the chair.
Mm-hmm. Amda will take a moment to kind of just like finish her cigarette and drink her drink. She just kind of looks around the place.
Yeah, nobody seems to be paying much attention to you. It's pretty busy.
Yeah. She does kind of want to see, but at the same time, she doesn't really believe that anyone's going to be looking for her. So she probably doesn't look too hard for anything,
You can roll though, just if you notice anything interesting.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I'll go ahead and see. Mm-hmm. Why not? Holy shit! Okay, so I'm using an auto roller.
Right.
It gave me 4 6s. Like, no freaking lie. I'll screenshot it for you.
That it's too bad that you didn't get that during combat.
I know, right?
Yeah,
or like rolling stats or something.
Yeah, like all of a sudden you're like Daredevil and like you sense.
Yeah, like all of a sudden, like I see like outside the world, and I see 2 people sitting at computers talking about her.
Yeah, so you're very confident while you smoke a cigarette that nobody's really paid much notice to what just happened there.
Yeah,
very confident.
I can't believe this. Okay, can I like show this somehow?
Probably not. Well, you can share the screen, but you don't have to. I mean, unless you just want to.
Yeah. I like it's just like one of those unbelievable things,
It happens, but it's rare. Yeah. Yeah. So she leaves, and again, she left the little bag. It's kind of like I won't call it a purse, but like a small bag, like a satchel. We'll call it. Kind of nondescript.
Okay. Hamda, I'm guessing you said I had like an apartment or something.
Yeah.
So Hamda will then get up and she'll grab the pouch casually as if it were hers, and then she will, just begin to walk off. Yeah, she's gonna she'll walk off. She wants to find once she walks off a little bit, is there like an alley or something she could duck into?
Yeah, for sure. There's like little, service alleyways that are off the plaza.
She wants to duck into one of those real quick.
Yeah.
And like this was just the information supposed to be in here, right?
No, that's what she said. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see something. I just want to see what I got. I just want to fake IDs a security. Okay, security tablet. Could I possibly use my security tablet to like scan this and make sure there are no like bugs or anything on it? Like no tracking devices or something in the bag?
Um, that's a good question. I actually have no idea what a security tablet is. Let's look. Does it have a number
Also,
next to it?
nope. I just have a security tablet.
Yeah, usually, if you can use it for stuff like that, then it would have a number next to it. Security tablet. Security tablet is a code breaker, an electronic. Oh, yeah, there you go. Lockpick. It will counteract electronic sensor-based traps without the tablet, all above difficulty and minus. So basically, you got to roll. Yeah, you can use it, but it's a roll of technology, I guess.
Okay, that's wits. So I can make a wits roll, right?
As long as
Because I don't actually have technology.
yeah, I'm gonna say that you can because it doesn't make sense for you to have the tablet and not be able to use. That's one of the weird things in this game. Like it doesn't say, but you have to. Hold on a second. Without the tablet, all above is difficult to handle. -2 to technology. The security tablet, codebreaker, and electronic lockpick it counteracts electronic and sensor-based traps. I think it just does that. It doesn't say that you have to roll. If you try to do those things without it, then you have to roll technology. I'm just gonna say it would work. You scan it. It doesn't seem to be any kind of a tracking device or anything in it. We'll say that works.
Okay. All right, cool.
Legit.
So then she will go ahead and head back to her apartment from there.
Okay.
She didn't want to open it here just in case, there's, something sensitive in it or something.
Okay, sure. You head back to your apartment.
And when she gets back to her apartment, then she will sit down at her desk and go ahead and open up the bag.
Okay, so like I said, it's a very simple satchel. You open it up. There's just one kind of compartment inside. Inside, you find a data card with the false identity. Yara is the name on it. Just it's I guess you need a last name. Yara Rega, we'll call you. I'll put it in the chat. And that you're an art importer. There's also a little like a little device that that when you press it, like makes a little hologram come up, so it can talk to you.
Okay. Yeah. So she will go ahead and do that.
Okay. Yeah. So you press the thing, and it pops up. Normally, you see, whoever hired you or whatever, somebody there. With this, you just see like no picture comes up. You just see like the light flickering, like there should be a picture, and you hear a voice, which you probably, because I talked to her, you probably realize that it's the woman you talked to, although it's slightly distorted, like she was using some kind of a disguise to for security. And it says, Yara, please pick up our package being delivered by Dr. Yusuf Chafka on Upper Cellar Dock 17 at 16:50 was the time. And when you look at the clock, that's like half an hour from now.
Okay.
And then it says, I will find you later. And then the thing, like, kind of, you see some smoke come out of it, and it kind of like fries itself.
Oh, good. I was about to destroy it. Well, either way, once she'll still like pick up a hammer and just kind of smash it anyway.
Yep.
And have I ever heard of this
The doctor.
importer before? This doctor before?
Probably not. With your background, he's not super famous. You do you have culture? No, not any culture. I'm gonna say no. You probably haven't. If you have, just like you might be like that sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
Okay, I have a computer. Um,
Yeah, you
I
do.
don't want to look for this information necessarily, like say on the, you know, on a public, extranet or whatever they have with this. Um, I want to go sort of like private, but I want to see if I can look up this doctor.
Okay, you could do that. You'll need to roll a data gen,
Okay,
and
no, now data gen, I actually have the skill.
yeah, that's one of your goals. You're gonna need 2 successes though, because this is to get it, because you're going in the dark net.
Okay, do I add my wits with the data gen?
Yeah.
That's right, right? Yeah.
Yes. You
Okay.
roll 7 dice. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 7 dice.
You need 2.
And I have no successes this time.
Okay. I mean, you can pray to the icons if you think it's that important, and re-roll everything. But yeah, I will get 1 darkness point if you do that.
Nah, it's okay.
Cool. All right, yeah. So you don't find anything on the dark net. I mean, which could mean a lot of different things. There's just no info there because he's not that important, or that it's really deep and you just couldn't find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say Yara was going to be my last name?
Yara is the name that's on there. Yara Riga.
Okay. Can I try to look for that name?
Yeah, you can look for that if you want. I mean, you'll no matter. Yeah, go ahead. You can roll.
Okay. I mean, like, how long is it taking me to look for this information?
10 minutes the first time, 10 minutes the second time. You're going to be tight if you don't leave soon.
Okay. All right. Uh, how long will it take me to get over there?
I mean, if you run and just go right there with no precautions, 10, 15 minutes. So,
okay.
I mean, already you're going to be like not being able to be super careful if you want to be there on time.
Okay.
I will tell you this too. You do know this. The cellar, even the upper cellar, is not really it's like the bad neighborhood, if you will. Like most like good legit shipments and stuff come in through the normal areas. This is really a lot of smugglers, a lot of kind of the syndicate and stuff use it. Not that it's all illegal down there, but it's definitely it's not the nicest place to be hanging out.
Okay, yeah. All right. Let's see. I have a shock stick. I don't have any other weapons or anything. Why do I not have any other weapons?
Because you chose to have a shock stick.
I guess so.
I think you had a choice with your character. You could have a gun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. And I probably thought, yeah, shock stick. It would probably help me more. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. All right, I got a shock stick.
Is less likely to be illegal because you're running around Coriolis and most people aren't running around armed.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you know what? I don't want to look up the information then. In fact, I wish I could take back the doctor now, but I've already done it. So I'm just going to go ahead and head out.
Okay. Yeah, so you can definitely get down there. You gotta kind of go to a couple of different sets of elevators where, you go down to kind of a lower level, then you got to kind of like cross a couple areas to get to a lower level elevator. There's not easy paths to the cellar because people don't generally go there. Except for like workers and poor people, and nobody cares about them. So, there's not like the luxurious, beautiful area like you are. You're living in like the upper part of the station. And you get down there though. I mean, you can definitely see there's beggars and stuff, and you can see some areas that look like they're might have been storage rooms that like people have pulled open and are now using it for like housing where they probably shouldn't be living in there. As you're kind of walking past, and they're kind of eyeballing you. I mean, you look definitely cleaner and nicer than most people that are in this area. As you head out towards the docks. So, I mean, you get the shock. I'm assuming you have the shock stick or whatever, like, stashed. Have it like.
Yeah, of course. Also, she's gonna she wants to try to she's gonna loosen her clothes a little bit, and she's gonna walk more, more in a aggressive kind of manner, trying to just make herself look a little bit meaner than she probably actually is, just so no one will get in her way, hopefully.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you definitely can do that. So yeah, I mean, if you encounter somebody, we'll have your roll manipulation. But yeah, so you head towards the dock. Nobody seems to bother you. These docks are old, as I said, and they're not used that often. So like you've got these kind of cold open spaces with lots of containers and stuff you're going through, and you're counting down the dock numbers. And when you get to dock 16, so the one before where you're going to get, you can actually hear what sounds like several kind of youngish male voices. It's a little hard to make out, but they seem excited. And you can definitely hear them as you're approaching. Maybe you're like 10 feet away from that like entranceway to the dock.
How many people are around?
You don't see anybody around you right now. All you hear is these voices. You're kind of in an empty space.
Okay. Can I kind of just like sneak up to a corner or any kind of bin or something I could hide behind and sneak up so I can hear these voices?
Yeah, if you want to, you just walk up right to basically where you're basically walking through this like metal corridor, with the lights are kind of flickering because it's kind of a shitty area. And there's like these big bay doors. So you just walk past 16. So you can walk right up to 17, stop before you get there and just stick your head over. And when you do that, you see probably like halfway down the dock, so maybe like 50 or so feet away, you see that there is a group of what appear to be like teenagers or maybe slightly younger boys gathered around somebody in much nicer clothes who's laying on the ground, and they seem to be like pulling at the person and maybe taking their stuff. Otherwise, in this space, you see a couple corridors going off left and right. Like once you were inside the space, you could go that way. And you see the gigantic doors where ships come in. And you see a few kind of like containers, that like merchandise has been dropped off in.
What are these containers marked as? Any kind of anything that could help me?
I mean, they're like big shipping containers, so they generally just have numbers on them.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're like big, like the ones put on back of trucks.
All right. Hamda is going to, she's going to take that paprika that she had, and she's going to she wants to like fold the envelope open real quick, and like basically kind of just like curl it up in her hand so she's hiding it for now. And she's going to begin to approach this group of kids who's beating up this nicely dressed person, which is probably the person she's supposed to be meeting here.
Do you want to try to like creep up on them, or you'd like to do like a sneak up, like a sneak attack type thing, or do you want to? Not that you're gonna attack them, or do you just want to walk up at a normal?
No, I'm just gonna kind of walk up to them. They see me coming and stuff. That's fine, but I would like to try to hide that paprika in my hand, in my hand in that envelope.
Okay.
Or maybe up my sleeve or something. Just to let you know, so I'm not trying to like hide it. My idea is if it does turn into a fight, I'm going to throw the paprika in one of their eyes to hopefully help me get some kind of advantage.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, let me see if any of them notice you. Yeah, so as you get close, one of them looks up, and he kind of like snarls. And this is definitely somebody. I mean, you're from kind of a poor planet or whatever. This is definitely somebody who's lived in this kind of area for a long time. You can tell just by he looks like he's probably underfed and kind of dirty, and he's got a kind of a wild look in his eye. And he's got a kind of a raw looking knife that looks like maybe it was like a shiv kind of thing, and he kind of brandishes at you, and he says, "Ours, back off! It's ours." And when he does that, then the other three turn.
Okay. Hamda's going to approach slowly. She's going to raise her hand that doesn't have the paprika. Mm-hmm. And she's going to be like, whoa, I just got to get to my destination, and she's just going to kind of point vaguely. She's like, as if she's not worried about these characters beating this guy up.
Okay. So you're trying to kind of trick them?
Yeah.
Go ahead and do manipulation.
Okay. I have no manipulation. Manipulation is empathy, so that's a 4. Nope, no success.
Yeah. So the one kid's like, He says, no, we're going to take your stuff too. Give it over now or die.
Is he approaching?
No, he's still on top of the body, but he's kind of brandishing the knife. I mean, he's pretty close to you. Like, if we get into combat, he would be able to get to you in this round for sure.
Okay. She wants to close in a little more.
Yep.
And, she's going to kind of be like, I really don't have, much to give. And she's trying to close in a little more.
Okay. I mean, since they didn't believe you, if you move closer to them, we're going to go into combat. So if you want to move closer, we're going to have roll initiative.
Okay. All right. Well, let's roll initiative.
Okay. So D6.
Okay. 1d6 or do I?
Yeah, 1d6.
Okay.
They rolled a 1. They rolled a 6, actually, I should say, which is good. That means
I rolled a 5.
Oof, okay. Your weapon does not give you you don't have any weapon. All right, they go on first. So this one kid, not all of them, the one kid is going to lunge towards you and try to stab you with his knife. But does not. He leaps towards you and probably is, he's maybe more intimidated from you than that he thinks he is. And when he gets up there, he kind of like hesitates and misses with the knife.
Could I try to do like a cool spy trick here and like as he comes in, like, push his knife like back up into him?
Yeah, you could grapple with him if you want to do a melee combat. That's how you.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, so you would do a melee combat, and then in order to grapple, you have to get multiple successes, basically. So let's just see what happens first.
Okay, I only got 4 strength, so.
Bonus effect. Okay. Yeah, so roll your four sixes.
Okay. 2 successes.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so you got 1 success with your hand. So multiple success, you can bonus effects. Okay. When melee combat, you hit deflects weapon damage. You're just going to punch him, so 1 point damage. You can choose 1 effect for the effects below. Okay, so you can increase damage, critical injury, which I don't think you can do from your punch. Strike fear, raise initiative, disarm. You could disarm him. Or you could grapple. If you want to grapple him, which sounds like what we want to do, as the bonus effect of the melee attack, you can choose to pin your opponent. To break free, your enemy must beat your opposed melee roll. The opposed roll counts as a normal action for the person to clinch, but free action for you until the enemy. While you are grappling with the pinned opponent, grapple attacks you.
You said I could disarm him?
Yeah, disarm is another thing you can do. If you want to grapple him, you can grapple him this round. Then next round, you could probably jam him with his knife, or you can disarm him. You can automatically disarm him if you want.
Okay, yeah, if I can do that with just 1 hand, then yeah, I'll disarm him with just like 1 hand. Because I still have that paprika that I'm trying to that I have right now.
Yeah, he probably swung at you with a knife, and then you kind of like either kicked or punched, at him and hit him in the wrist, and then he drops his knife,
Yeah.
And it clanks to the ground. And as that happens, you hear some voices, or a voice, and you hear footsteps coming heavy, and the boys that are on the body get up, like they look fearful, and they look like they're going to run. And you hear basically some voices yell, "Don't move, or we'll shoot you down where you stand, murderers." And if you were to turn around, you actually see 3 of the Coriolis guard. They've got like flak jackets on and carbine rifles as they come charging in.
Okay. How far away are they?
They're probably like 40, 50 feet away.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm just going to roll them into initiative so I know where they stand. Oh, Jesus. This die is deadly. This is already rolled another 6. We'll stop rolling now. So they come in. So we're basically at the top of the round again. The boys are going to run. And the guys go at the same time as them. So they're going to run, and the guards are going to shoot the ones that are running, or they're going to try to anyways. Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
First guard misses. Second guard hits one of the kids, and he drops probably. I'll check it out. Third guard misses. Well, they're not very good shots. Let me just check the damage on the carbine. Damage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The one kid that gets shot drops dead. The other two actually get away. They run past the area that they'd be in range of being shot. And the one that's in combat with you that you just disarmed is just standing there. He did not try to run. So, and now is your turn.
Hamda is going to quickly break down in tears and go, "Oh, thank God you arrived when you did. Oh, my husband and I were just strolling through the park and these thugs attacked us."
Okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds like a very good manipulation roll right there.
All right, so I'll attempt manipulation.
Give it all you got.
One success.
Okay, that's enough. They at the very least they hesitate. They say, "Step away from the woman, punk." And then the kid starts to kind of back off. He says, "We didn't kill him. He was dead when I got here. We didn't kill him." And then the guards are like, "Sure. She said she saw you kill them." And they're moving up closer.
Yeah.
With their carbines kind of leveled at him. I mean, they're kind of keeping an eye on you because, of course, they believe you on some level, but they're gonna check out your story clearly.
Yeah, she's going to fall back towards the body, and she's gonna act as if she's like super upset. Like she just saw her husband get killed and everything, but really she wants to quickly try to search him. To see if she can find anything.
Okay. Go ahead, and if you want to do that without being observed, go ahead and do infiltration.
Oh, nice. Okay. Infiltration I'm good at. I believe. Infiltration. Yes. I get a 1. That's not great, but yeah, I get to add my agility to it, so it's still a 4. No, I didn't get any successes.
Okay, yeah. So you either realize that you're going to be super obvious trying to dig through his pockets because he's wearing like a flight suit, so like there's nowhere really to go. You're smart enough not to do that. I mean, you're a spy, so I'll say that like you just realize you can't pull it off. They move up. One thing you do notice though is that he doesn't seem to look beaten, like he's not bruised or anything. But his eyes are open and his eyes are completely red, like almost like blood vessels exploded in his eyes or something. But the rest of his body looks completely like unharmed. He's not bleeding anywhere. It's just his eyes are bright red. And he's also warm because he obviously very recently got killed.
Okay.
So let me see. Into the next round. Let me just see what happens here. Okay, the kid decides he's going to bolt, and he starts running, and they're gonna try to shoot him down. Oh, and they do. All right. So that kid that tried to knife you starts to run, and the guard basically blasts him, and he drops dead. And then the other two guards approach you, and they've got their guns kind of, they've got them on their arms, not pointing them at you per se, but they definitely have them, right there. And they say, "Why were you down in this area? This is very dangerous. I have to bring you in for questioning." And then the one guard gets on his like radio, and he says, and he calls for somebody to get a body extraction.
Okay. Do they still look like they're on their guard?
I mean, yeah, because they don't know where these kids are. So, and they definitely have their weapons. Like, again, they're not pointing them at you, but they're rifles. So they just have them in their arms, like kind of pointed at the ground. But they're Put this way, if you were to run or do something, they could use the rifle and then around without having to get it out. I guess.
Okay. So, she's just going to kind of try to keep it this little thing right now. Let's see. Like, okay, from what I know or what Hamda knows of this station, is it possible that they could have been passing through this station to go to, like, a nicer place?
I mean, not unless you were starting somewhere really shitty, because you're basically in the slummy part. Like you would be going, passing through means you were coming from someplace that's really bad, because this is kind of bad,
Okay.
Yeah. So the one guard that just leveled that kid turns to you and he says, He actually shoulders his weapon and he says, "Let me see your ID."
Okay. She's trying to act upset at the moment, so she's gonna say, you know, my husband came down here. We got a call from his brother. His brother's never really been a good character, but he was saying he was in trouble, and then they killed my husband, and you know, like, you know, like, I don't understand.
Yeah, he looks, at you and he says, "We'll get them. Don't worry. Let me see your ID."
Okay, what are the other two guards doing?
One of them is on the radio, like he's got a little radio there calling, and the other one's just kind of like looking around with his gun. He's kind of just keeping an eye, basically. Not necessarily just on you, just in the general area.
All right, it's a one shot, so fuck it. So she's gonna try to throw the paprika in the guard's eyes that's currently aiming a gun at her.
You're gonna throw it at the gun. Okay.
She's gonna throw it into his eyes. She's gonna see if she can. She's gonna try to toss that paprika into his eyes. And like as soon as she does that, like just to let you know, like I'm gonna try to do like action movie star, like grab and disarm the gun, or maybe try to do one of those things in the movie where like they like take the human shield and use the gun like pop 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 on the other two,
Okay.
Something right. Cool and spy like that.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. Go ahead and roll initiative. Oh, well, actually, what you can do is you could actually roll do infiltration, but you're gonna have to get 2 successes because he's watching you.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get 4 for infiltration. I got 1 success.
Okay, so now you'll have to roll initiative. Basically, I was gonna give you a free attack. Got 5 this time.
I got a 1.
Okay. Yeah, you go quickly to throw this thing at him. Like he kind of sees you clearly because that's why you're rolling initiative. And they basically one that's on you tries to like knock you like with the butt. Like he has the weapon over his shoulder. He just like whack and tries to hit you in the head with it. To kind of he's like calm down, woman, and he tries to hit you with it.
Okay.
Actually, okay, make sure he gets 3. That's a melee issue, so he gets 5 dice actually. Okay. Ooh, only 1 success. Okay, so he whacks you with the butt of a weapon, which does club, I guess. Club listed. How is club not listed? That's so weird. I'll call it a staff then, or baton. Here we go. Oh, he actually gets only 1 point. Yeah, he just hit you, take 1 point damage.
Ow.
Yeah. The other 2 guys have guns leveled at you, though, but they see the guy step forward and do that. They don't do that. They just level their guns and they say, I don't want to kill you. I know you're upset. And they don't shoot you. So, I mean, you can do what you were going to do if you want, or you can change your action at this point. But basically, you just got whacked by the other guards. You know that these guards, by the way, just so you know, like they are basically judge, jury, executioner. I mean, they can do anything they want for the most part. But they find. I mean, they can just fine you. I mean, but they do are well within their rights to shoot you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel like at this point, I'm kind of screwed either way. Like the paprika didn't blind that one guy.
Well, you have none yet. I mean, I'm giving you a choice if you want to do something else. You tried to throw it, and he was faster than you, and he smacked you, and he said, "Stay down." So you can do it if you want.
He was faster than me?
If you want to do it, you can make an attack, yeah.
I thought lower initiatives were better. Okay.
No, high is better. Yeah, higher is better. So he's giving you a chance to stand down. If you want to still do your action that you're going to do, you most certainly can do that. But if you do, you can pretty much count on the next round. The other 2 guys are going to shoot you.
Okay, I'll just back down, I guess. My cool action movie moment didn't work.
Can always work. It will eventually, maybe. All right, so you can stand down if you want. I mean, that's up to you. Whatever you like.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll stand down.
Okay. So then he says, one more time, let me have your ID.
I mean, I can't let him have my ID.
I mean, you have the fake ID.
I do have fucking fake IDs. God damn it.
Yeah, so
I forgot all about that. Shit, I forgot I had an assortment of fucking fake IDs.
well, you have an assortment of them, but you also have the one that she gave you.
Oh, I didn't hear that she gave me a fake ID.
Yeah, that's what your fake name is. Yara Riga, Arimor. She gave
Oh,
you.
well, fuck. I never would have done the paprika thing if I'd fucking thought about that. That's what it was then. Okay, yeah. I'll hand him that fake ID.
Okay,
Would
yeah.
have never done the paprika thing if I'd fucking known that.
Well, you didn't actually do it. So as far as they're concerned, you made a hostile move and he whacked you, and then you gave the ID. So they're looking at.
Okay, she kind of, when she gets whacked, she's kind of like, I was trying to hand it to you, and like acts like she's, a victim, like she was trying to reach in and give it to him.
Okay.
And then she like hands it to him, the fake one.
All right. He takes it and takes like 2 steps back, but now the other guards have definitely got their guns level on you. And right around that time, you hear a voice that's familiar to you. You hear Fadma's voice, and she says, "Guards, stand down." And they kind of turn, and you can see that they're pissed because the guards do not like the educators. That they're like they know they're like they have to do what they say. She's got full armor on and a weapon, and she says she's got like a tablet in her hand, and she says, "I'm looking at the video footage right here, and it's clear that this woman did not have any part in this. Don't you do your research before you just start randomly hitting people?" And the guy's like, "Well, she was trying to, And she says, "I'm taking over this crime scene." And you can tell they're not happy. They actually have this look where like they're almost might try to shoot her kind of thing, and then they decide against it, and they kind of they turn and they say, "Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What can we do?" And she says, "Get the video footage. Find out what happened to those to this man, and why are these dead bodies here? Who shot them? Did you do that?" And she starts kind of going at him a little bit. And after a couple minutes, they're basically she sent them off to get the video footage, and she approaches you, and she says, "What happened?"
Hamda's just been sitting there. She's been doing this, just crying, fake crying and everything, acting like she's real upset. And then once, everything seems clear, she just kind of takes a breath and goes I came down. Came down to visit the, the contact, and there were some thugs looting his body. I thought perhaps at first they were beating on him, but this death seems odd to me. Look at his eyes.
Now she kneels down next to the body and she looks at it and she kind of gasps and she says, "This looks like some high-end faction tech. This is definitely not something some punks down here could have done. What was he delivering? Well, it looks like I'm going to need you for more than just a pickup. I need to find out what's going on."
Yeah, Hamda will nod and say, I'll do my best to do what I was, hired to do.
Yeah. So she says, "Okay, see what information you can drum up about the good doctor, and I'll find out from my end, and we'll be in contact later." And then she kind of gets up and you actually hear the arrival of a kind of a rolling cart with like a motorized cart with a guy driving it that's here to collect the body, basically like an ambulance. And she kind of supervises that while you're able to leave if you want.
Before she does that, or while she's going up to talk to the guy, can I quickly search the body and see if I can find anything on it?
Yeah, yeah. You guys could have searched it together. Well, he does not seem to have anything beyond what you would normally expect a messenger to have. Like he
Okay.
basically has like his ID and some a little bit of cash. Normally messengers have like some kind of bag or something to carry stuff in. Yeah, which clearly is not his body.
Okay. There were two thugs that were killed, right?
Yep.
She would like to look over them as well and see if they took anything that seems out of the ordinary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, you got all time in the world check it. So you go look at the bodies of the thugs. They don't. I mean, they probably actually. Let me retcon. They probably took his money, so he didn't have his ID and stuff on him because they have it. So when you check the bodies, you see that they took like his money.
Okay.
They have like a key that looks like it's probably to his apartment. They're probably going to raid it later, and like his ID.
Okay.
And
She's going to take the key. She'll take the key.
Okay.
I mean, if the woman is looking, she'll let the woman see that she has the key. She's not necessarily going to, try and hide it from her or anything.
Yeah, she's not stopping you. She's basically letting you do your thing while she's dealing with the ambulance people to keep them distracted.
And then she will, she'll go ahead and take the ID too because she might need it. Never know.
Okay, yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, you get the stuff from. So you have his ID, you have the key to his apartments basically, and his ID tag has that's where the money too. There was
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There was some like loose change in his pockets, but like your ID key is where you keep all your money. So like you would have access to his accounts too if you wanted. Not that you rob the poor messenger, but
Yeah, no, I mean, she's not too worried about that right now.
Yeah.
She was paid to do a job, and that's what she's focused on. These thugs, do they have any identification markers on them? Like maybe they belong to a particular gang or a particular crew?
You don't have culture. You don't know. You could probably ask her, and she could research it. If you have the question, then the adjudicator could look it up for you, basically.
Okay. Yeah, she'll ask. She'll before she leaves, she'll say like, "Hey, see if you can see if these guys belong to any particular gangs around here that might help us along our way." And meanwhile, I will keep the police away from his place if you can.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you take his ID, then they're not going to know where. Well, I mean, I guess it would take them time to figure out where he lives.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, can they track IDs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they definitely can. I mean, they'll be able to like fingerprint him or eye scan him or whatever. But well, not eye scan because his eyes are blown out. But yeah, she can delay that process if you want to check his room. If you tell her that, then she'll make sure that.
Yeah, that's the very first thing that Hamda's gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely can. I mean, he's a messenger by trade, so he doesn't live kind of higher up on the station like you do, but he doesn't live down in this area. When you get there's like this kind of this hallway of apartments that is kind of like the bachelor pads of like young men working kind of these type of jobs, and you find his room no problem. I mean, it's like right there. It's a small apartment. If you were to open the door, which you're able to do, it's pretty small. It's got basically the cleaning facility, like a bathroom. It's got this, so it's like basically a studio apartment. So it's got like a cleaning bathroom area, and then an area that's open that has like a bed, and a small console, computer, and just like an open closet with his clothes in it.
Okay. She's gonna first check the computer, see if she can get into it, and I'm sure it's like password protected or whatever. She wants to see if she could maybe use her security tablet and hack into it.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. It's got like a security on it, of course. So like a facial recognition or something, whatever it has, you can try to outsmart that using your data gen.
Could I maybe use like if his ID has a facial thing on it? Could I maybe try and use the facial thing and like make it look like that's his ID? Like, would that still be a data gen check?
Yeah, you're gonna have to manipulate that stuff in order to do it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
I'll check if you didn't have his information already.
All right. And wits. Okay, so that's a 7. So, all right, 76. I got 3 successes.
Oh yeah, that's Yeah, you crack into it no problem. Even into like his like maybe private emails and stuff that he probably doesn't want people to see, and his bank accounts and anything else you want to look at. Looking through it, you can see that he works for this messenger service. That he gets a regular check from them. He's got just general like emails and stuff from friends. You don't see anything connected to this doctor in his personal stuff. Just that he works for this messaging company, that was hired or whatever. They bring stuff between Koa and the Coriolis station, and I mean most of it. If you sit your at his computer and you roll really high, if you do a quick research on the company, they are pretty legit. They're like a standard messenger company that anybody can use. It wouldn't be because they send people as well as large ships. When they send a person, they can take whatever transport they want. So where they come in and out of is not 100% recorded. So clearly he was coming in through the docks, which is kind of a weird place. But at the same time, if it's a ship, they generally come in in the normal kind of hierarchy. So they're not like any kind of illegal activity. Like they're basically a pretty legit messenger service, at least on the anything you can find on the web right now.
Okay. Is there any email about what package he was to deliver or anything like that?
No, he basically looks like he works like a shift. So you go there and like they just assign you whatever you got to do, and then you go down. You do know that he was on the planet side for 3 days though.
Okay.
Yeah. So he went down there with something, and then he was down there for 3 days, and he came back. So we know whether that took 3 days for another shipment to go by, or he took some break time, whatever. That's not super clear.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. How much money does he have in his bank account? Just out of curiosity.
He's got about 1,500 beer, which is not a lot of money.
Okay. Does he seem to have a family or anything?
Yeah, I'll say he has a family. He's relatively young. He's living on his own now, but he's got parents and stuff. But he's not married.
Parents, okay, but he's not married.
No married, no kids. He's young.
Okay, if I can transfer his beer to my account.
Okay, sure. You can do that if you want.
I mean, what are the chances I could get caught doing that?
Well, if you do it like that, like legally, then you would. It's trackable. The way that you could do it without getting caught is you could have it put onto like they have like little chips, like almost like almost like you think of it almost like a prepaid credit card. You could go and do that. You could have it put onto a card like that, and then basically there'd be no way of knowing it went to you. But if you transfer it to your account, it can be tracked.
Okay, then I'll do the little chip thing.
Okay, yeah, you do that. So you got the card. Let's look up.
I can add that 1,500 to my thing, to my beer.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to think what they call it. I'm trying to use the right words because I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff here. I want to like use it properly. They call it a. I'll find out in a second. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically a card. It's like a credit card. You can treat it like that.
All right, I'll just
card.
I'll just write
transactor card. That's what they call it.
All right,
transactor.
I'll put that in. I'll put transactor card in tiny items then.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
1,500 beer.
Exactly, because it's separate from your regular money, and it's actually good because it's not necessarily traceable. It's basically if you want to use it to buy something where. Because, like I said, most people aren't carrying around a lot of beer as cash. So you can get beer; it's basically coins, but like most people aren't carrying around more than like 10. So if you want to buy something you don't want tracked to you, then you can use this card, and it will be basically like untrackable to you, anyways. So you definitely can do that.
I'm gonna put transaction card 1,500 beer.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Okay, 1,500. Beer is like the only currency, right? So
that's right. It's like credit. Yeah.
All right.
It's like the only currency.
Okay. Can I like search through his place real quick? Like, drawers, mattress, try and find any like hiding places.
Sure. Yeah. Roll an infiltration.
Okay. My infiltration is 4 total, I believe. Yes. Well, my infiltration should be higher, but oh well. I got 1 success.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, you find actually that he's got a, which may or may not be legal. He has a Dura knife, which is like kind of like a laser knife. Not exactly a laser knife, but he basically has a Dura knife, kind of like under his bed, maybe for like self-protection or whatever. Maybe he takes it with him when he goes off Coriolis. You're not sure, but that's the only thing you find that's really unusual. Everything else is pretty much what you'd expect. He's got regular stuff.
You said that the Dura knife might be illegal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, probably nobody's going to see it. It's not legal to carry around like heavy weapons and stuff, but let me just quickly check it. I just want to check that.
I mean, if it's easy to hide, I'll go ahead and take it.
Oh, it's definitely easy to hide. That's kind of the
DURA.
Yeah. The weapons. Where's the? This is really. I really like this game a lot in the setting, but man, this book is terribly laid out. They need to have like a second version of this where they actually put stuff in the right order. But basically, a Dura knife is like a.
Okay, I got it right here.
I think it's like a. You found it, yeah.
It's on page 130 or 131 with the PDF.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's the one that's like the one that pops up when you press the button, or if it's the one that's like a laser. I can't remember.
I don't know. It just says light cell powered. Let me see if I can find a description thing of it.
Thinking of Mercurium. No, Dora is just, I guess, just good. And it's ordinary tack, right? So you can definitely carry it.
Okay. I don't see anything about Dura anywhere.
Yeah, I think
just see that it's cell powered.
Yeah, it's just ordinary tech. So you can carry it. It's not illegal.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and take it then.
It does cost beer though, so it's not cheap.
I see 500 beer.
Yeah, 500. Is that what I said?
I thought you said 100. I might have just
500.
Be wrong.
500 beer. Plus 1 to initiative, 2 damage, and 1 crit, which is good.
Yep, pretty good. All right. Okay. Zero bonus. Let's do the initiative. And then 2 damage. Oh crap. All right. Okay.
Oh, it uses a vibrating blade. There it is. God, see, it's under power weapons is where they describe it. Dura weapons have a vibrating blade made from Duralite that gives them better cutting capabilities. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's basically it. Dura claws. So basically, it's just that, yeah.
The crit's a 1, and then it's close combat.
Yeah. That's what he's got. So it's kind of, I mean, for a messenger, it's kind of an expensive thing. He doesn't seem to have anything else that's super expensive. So maybe that's just what he saved his money for.
Yeah. Could be. All right. Cool. So if that's all I'll find, all right, I guess I'm going to get out of there for now.
Okay. So what do you want to do next?
Let's see. She said she's going to contact me. So
yeah, what you said was that to see what you could find out about the doctor, and because she basically I'll say what she says. Basically, she says that we need to find this doctor. So see what you can find. That's kind of what she says to you.
All right. Okay. Um, how long would it take? Like, if I were to go to like some kind of medical place or something, like, I mean, I only took 1 point of damage, but then only have 7 HP. So if I were to go to like some kind of medical place, like, how long would it take me to get like patched up? You know,
Oh, I think you're probably already healed. You heal pretty quick in this. Um, let me just,
I don't remember. It's been so
yeah,
long.
I think let's just say that you are. Well, I'll look it up for next time. But I know it's really fast.
Okay.
Basically, if you don't need, if you're not trying to do it like during combat, like in between things, yeah, it's like it's super fast to heal in this. The only critical injuries really last for a long time. Um, yeah, I'll look it up before the next time we play. But let's just assume you're healed for now.
Okay.
You put a band-aid on or whatever. I know that the stress heals really quickly, and I'm pretty sure that um, what do you call it? Damage. Here we go. Damage. You can run the risk of starting hit points armor. No. Okay, see, it doesn't say it in the same spot. Anyways, I'll look it up. I'll figure it out. But basically, you do heal really fast, though.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So I'm healed. All right. If that's the case, then I'll head back to my apartment so I can do some research.
Okay.
Like, I already tried to look up the doctor, so I'm guessing trying to look up the doctor again isn't going to do any good.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it not on the dark web. You couldn't find anything on the dark web because it was, it's more difficult. If you want to just, if you just want to look in the regular web, it'll just be a straight roll.
Yeah. Let me. Well, before Dave. Well, yes. I don't know how long it'll be before they contact me. Um. Okay. Yeah. I'll go ahead and look on the regular web for the doctor, since that's my main objective at this moment.
Okay. Yeah, you heal. I just found it. You heal 1 hit point per hour if you're not like broken or whatever. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're by the time you're done doing all this research, you definitely will be healed.
All right. 6th edition.
Well, critical injuries don't like your hit points are kind of like they wear you down and they come back, but
Yeah.
when you hit crits, that's when you start being really hurt. Okay, so you're going to do a datagen on the doctor,
Um.
or no?
Yes. 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 Um. And let me see my data gen. I don't remember. All right. Yeah, I'm good at data gen. 3 plus my wits is okay. 7. All right. One success with those 7.
Okay, well, it does seem weird that I feel like the more dice you roll, it doesn't seem. I mean, it definitely helps, but after a certain point, it's kind of like. Okay, you find some information. You find that he was you find where he works, like his office and such, and you find that he's a doctor, but he's like an archaeologist, and that he's been traveling back and forth to Kua for the last like year or so on various digs. And from what you can tell, just from like little like articles that he's published or whatever, you can kind of get a general idea of where he is down on the planet side. He's a bit off from the, normally when you go down there, you've got the obelisk. There's like the big land, the cities around that. He's probably
Mhm.
like into the deserty part of it, or the or the wilderness part of it. He's probably like about a 2-day journey is where his last site was that you can find.
Okay. Huh. Is he working for any particular company?
No, I mean he gets grants basically.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he doesn't particularly. I mean, there's people that are
Is,
funding him, but they're not like he doesn't have a job basically.
is there any like? Does he say like his last couple of publications? Does he say anything about what he's found or anything? Any new like theories he believes or anything?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely see things that he's located. Nothing really. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff if you're into that, but nothing like over the top that like the government's coming on because you do know that there's like some artifacts that are are said to be mystical and stuff like that. He hasn't discovered anything like that, at least not that's been reported in any of his past papers or whatever. But what he's doing right now is not at least not in the web. It's not readily available. It just says that he's been down there, and that kind of gives a general idea of where, because you got to get permits and stuff to dig. So you have a general idea of where he is.
Okay, cool.
It's roughly a 2-day-ish, day and a half, 2-day to journey from where you'd be able to land if you came down Plant Side.
Okay. I'm gonna found out this guy got killed over like a penis statue.
Never know. I mean, those are the artifacts.
I don't know, but it's starting to feel a little bit Call of Cthulhu. So.
A little bit. It is actually.
Okay. All right. I want to now do research. I mean, even if I search on the internet, I can still basically do like private browser, right? And just like hide that I'm searching, right?
Yeah.
So I basically want to do research now on Famda Kaliak.
Oh, the adjudicator.
The adjudicator. I want to see what's up with her.
Okay. Go ahead, do attention.
Only got one success.
Okay. She comes right up. She's actually a pretty highly decorated adjudicator. She's fairly young, and maybe that's why she gets gotten press for the things that she's done. She's opened up a lot of inquiries about some of the syndicate things that are going on, and yeah, I mean she's a well decorated officer. You don't see any dirt on her. Basically, she looks pretty as clean as you could possibly be.
Can I do a dark web search again?
Sure. You need 2 successes for that one.
I got 1 success, so not having much with the dark web.
Yeah, dark web's not helping you. Yeah, you don't find anything in the dark web.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Yara was just the fake identity they gave me. I missed that.
Yeah, that's the
right?
that's the fake identity. You were picking up a piece of art, clearly, or an artifact.
Okay.
Or that's what the cover was, anyways.
All right. Okay. I wish I see. Like I didn't catch that, so that I would have acted differently had I. Oh well, that's fine.
Okay. You're alive. Nothing.
Yeah, it all worked. It all worked out.
No foul.
Okay, so I found out where the doctor's office is, but that's on the planet side.
No, his office is here.
Oh, his office is here.
Yeah, he has an office on the Coriolis station.
Okay, and I mean, like, is it in a heavily guarded place or anything?
No, it's like in a business district, where there's a lot of like offices. I mean, he's a researcher, so he doesn't have like a,
Okay.
he's not part of a company, so he's got like a small office in like an area where independent, people have their offices.
Okay. Okay. She's gonna begin to head that way then.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely can do that. It's nighttime now, so actually at night in Coriolis Station, they dim the lights and everything, so it's like it's nighttime, so you can tell that night's coming. And when you get up to the office area, I mean, most of them look like they're closed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can quickly find his name's right on the door. It's kind of a standard looking office door.
So, like, can I actually get like to his office, like, or is it inside of like a building I'd have to go in?
No, you're basically inside the hallway where all these different offices are. I mean, you're just there. You can walk into that area. It's not guarded, but his office itself is locked, of course.
Are there any security cameras in this area?
Oh yeah, there's security cameras everywhere in Coriolis.
Could I use my? Okay, if there are security cameras in the area, I'll have my hood up, of course, to hide my face and everything. And could I potentially use my security tablet to disable those for a little while?
Yeah, I mean, you could log into something and you have to use data gen though. It's not just gonna be automatic because that's more complex. You're tapping into the Coriolis security system.
All right, I'll attempt data gen. Why not? No successes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, unless you want to pray to the icons.
I mean, well, is there a security camera that's like watching this office?
Yeah, I mean they're in the hallways. They're periodically spaced out.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be 100% sure that one will not see you. That's for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I would tell you this, and you probably know this. I would say definitely as a spy, like there's cameras everywhere, but there's not people watching every single camera.
That's what I was about to ask. Okay.
They're recording stuff, so if something happens, they can go back and probably see that you were there, but there's not necessarily somebody watching you. There's a chance, but not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There. Yeah. I mean, I know Adjudicator right now, and she's kind of on my side as far as I know. So, electric lockpick time.
Oh, you're gonna pick the lock.
I am going to attempt to. I have a mechanical lockpick, and I'm going to attempt to pick locks.
Okay, I think it's a dexterity. I believe that's dexterity. Of course, it's not gonna.
Is it infiltration or?
No, I'm pretty sure it's dexterity.
Oh, you're just dexterity.
Yeah, it's dexterity, but I think you get a bonus with the picks. I'm just trying to find them.
I wrote it down as mechanical lockpick.
Did you put a number next to it?
No.
Oh, maybe you just can't do it at all if you don't have them. I guess that makes sense. So, mechanical lockpick. Lockpick. Oh no, hold on. Technology. No, it gives no bonus technology. User gets minus. Hold on. A lockpick for mechanical locks gives no bonus technology, of course. But with improvised tools instead of lockpick, the user gets. Oh, I see. So basically, yeah, it's I'm gonna say it's dexterity. That makes the most sense. You would get a penalty if you didn't have lockpick, because you don't get a bonus because you have them. Essentially, is how it works.
Okay, so I just do an agility roll.
It's dexterity if you have it.
I don't have dexterity.
Yes, then just agility. Yep.
Okay. I only have a 3 in agility, so let's see. Nope, I did not succeed.
Okay. Yeah, you're not able to pick the lock. I mean, you could break it open, or you could do something else, but you can't cleanly pick it.
Okay. Does the door, could I tell? Does the door seem alarmed?
Roll observation, I guess, for that.
Okay. That's just wits. So I got 1 success on wits, but I don't actually have observation.
That's okay. It's a minor skill, so a general skill, so you can use it. No, there's no alarm on the door.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take that Dura knife, and I'm gonna put it between where the handle meets the door frame, and I'm gonna try to just push it open, basically.
Okay.
Assuming there's not a deadbolt on it.
No, there's just a regular dock. I'll give you +2 for that. So that seems like a good. So it'll be force. So force, strength, and then +2 to that.
Okay, cool. I actually have force and strength, so it's a total of 7. 1 success.
Okay. Hey, 1's all you need. So you're jamming this thing in, and you hear it go, and the lock breaks. Breaks open through the vibration of the knife. And the doors can be pushed open at this point.
Nice.
Yeah.
So she'll quickly make her way in, and then she's gonna push the door, close it again.
Okay.
And if there's a chair or something around, she's just gonna quickly push that against the door just to make it stay shut, because now the lock's broke, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. There's
just in case someone walks by. it'll just look shut.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, you can quickly go in there and see that. So this office is like, it's not gigantic. There's a couple of desks kind of facing each other to make like a larger work surface, if you will. There's like a couch to sit down. There's like an area where like a little like a sink and it's a refrigerator, so food or whatever. But beyond that, what you really notice is that the desk and all the walls are covered with these like charcoal drawings. And they're just like grotesque. It is kind of like Call of Cthulhu. This is getting very Call of Cthulhu, honest. Yeah, it's like it's hard to even really understand what's going on. They're messy and they're kind of like they look like they're creatures that are being torn open. Like it's very, very grotesque, but it's all in this like dark charcoal pencil on just like regular paper, I guess, white paper.
Okay. Hamda's gonna take out her security tablet, and I don't know if you'll allow this or not, but I mean, like, modern time, all our cell phones all have cameras. So, does her security tablet, could it have a camera on it that she could take pictures of this stuff?
Yeah, I'm sure that you can. You could probably, yeah. And you have a computer. I'm sure one of those things has a.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll go ahead and take pictures of some of these drawings, maybe to do some research on later. Is there a computer in here or a desk or anything?
Yeah, well, there's the desks with all the drawings on it. There is a place like ports where a computer would plug in, but they clearly he has the computer with him, or you would imagine you see it.
All right. Are there any drawers or anything? Like, can she search the area for any kind of?
You can. So if you search the area, you see. I mean, most obviously. Let me look at my notes here.
Do I need to roll anything to see if I can?
No, not if you're just looking in the drawers and stuff. I mean, you can roll if you want to find something extra hidden or whatever, but you might as well if you want to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, I want to search thoroughly, basically.
Okay.
So, like, what is
observation?
Observation. Okay. I think we've already covered that. My observation is just my wits, right? 4. Yeah. All right. 4. No, not even close to a success.
Okay, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's very obvious in the drawings and stuff that you can see. So there's those grotesque drawings. Like I said, a lot of them seem to be like anatomy and like some strange, oddball-looking like creatures, maybe from mythology, but nothing that you can really place. Some of them are just of like constellations, and some of them are of clocks, and others are kind of like you do find some like rough drawings of some of the that you maybe look familiar to you of like artifacts that he's found before. And you see some some personal photos of him with the woman, and him with his group down there digging. And you do actually find some information about where the dig site is, like the permits and stuff. And it coincides with what you found on the computer. That you know where basically you would know how to get there. It'd be a couple days out, through the rough kind of I want to say jungle keeps going in my head, but it's not jungle. Like kind of like a rocky, craggy wastelands, if you will, outside the city. Where they do digs. Like it's not really desert, but it's kind of like desert.
Okay. All right. All right. With that information, Hamda's just gonna return to her place for now. I can't really think of anything else for her to do or anything else for her to research. She's waiting on information for those thugs, and she's not going to go down planet side unless she really gets permission to do that. And it gets, told to kind of do that. Maybe these thugs, I don't know, like maybe there's some other video footage or something that, she can get told about from the adjudicator.
Excellent. Yeah, so we'll probably end up wrapping here, but I'll give you some more information so you can crunch it in your brain as we go. We'll say the adjudicator comes to your place. She's out of uniform again, kind of like the way you saw her the first time. She comes in and she knocks on the door, wherever you meet her, and she tells you a few pieces of information. Uh, Number one, the video cameras were hacked during the time period where the messenger was killed, um, and they're untraceably hacked. So that also leads to some kind of faction intervention. She says, what she's worried about. Um, she looks at the photos and the photos, the drawings and stuff that you show her, and it really makes her wondering what he's found down there that people are killing for. He was supposed to. He had sent her a message, or not her a message. He had sent a message to one of his kind of contacts up on the station to have equipment sent down, and that contact happened to be an informant for Fatima. So she got this information that he said that he found something that would change everything, and that makes her a little nervous because artifacts have been known to have strange influence over the mind. And what she would like to do is to go planet side with you, kind of undercover. And we'll leave that for another time, I guess. But you can, crunch over that information that she gave you, and we'll go there. So let me stop this if I can find the thing. But so far, so good. Excellent. And let's